Put my trust inside myself, cause I can't trust nobody else, Tell me how you gonna love me when you can't even love yourself, It done been so many times when I had on my mind, but I can't talk about it cause they giving all that time. It's feeling like I'm losing time. Feeling like I'm losing time.
Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Void Podcast. Once again, my name is Jod Joe. Podcast live every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. and on Sundays at 10 a.m. Today I'm joined with my boy James. How you feeling today, bro?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm feeling the vibes. Big Money Banks. If you're interested, follow me on all platforms at HGM Media. Link is in the description. Tune in, like, and share.
Okay, cool. So you know it's Thursday, so we always got the lovely Tori with me, man. How you feeling today, Tori?
I'm feeling all right, About to be Friday the 13th. Y'all, if y'all need some tattoos or anything, we'll be down at Immortal Ink Gallery. Yep, that's about it, though.
Okay, cool. Little tattoo action. Okay. So today's show is going to be called Knowing Your Shadow. It's going to be a lot of questions going about, enter light, talking about self-awareness, stuff that we, experience throughout life. Some questions from some audience members today, too. Want to know what's on a personal level. Okay. So we're going to debate some stuff today, though, man.
So rock. All of these questions, audience questions?
Yep, okay. All of them, though. So you want to kick it off for us?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. So the first question is, what was the weirdest habit you had as a child?
Ooh.
All right.
I'll kick it off first.
Go ahead.
So the weirdest habit I ever had as a child, I would say, I used to eat this like weird thing when I was a kid. Used to eat like the Ritz crackers, get the PB&J, and make like PB&J out of crackers though, bro.
Out of crackers?
Shit used to slap like a motherfucker.
Out of crackers.
I don't think that's weird though.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't think it's gonna hit like that though. I don't think.
The reason I call it weird because I don't think that's an everyday thing. Like maybe if you on a struggle meal, maybe that's a different lifestyle though. But I don't think that's an everybody type of thing. What about you though?
Probably a weird thing. Well, one weird thing I probably did that was probably crazy to other people was I used to like talk to myself like in a mirror, like the stuff that I'm doing now. Like I used to practice that like in a mirror, and I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, bitch?" So I don't know. I guess it's kind of one weird thing. That's kind of hard for me to think, but I know that was one weird thing. I shouldn't have been talking to myself.
So what you used to say to yourself though?
Huh?
What you used to say to yourself?
Like just act like I'm talking to an audience or I'm interviewing somebody type stuff. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What about you, Tori?
Me, weirdest thing I done as a child. Well, one, I used to sleepwalk.
Sleepwalk? That's different.
Yeah, so like
that's different.
She got that left for dead action.
Yeah, hey, right. So I don't do it anymore, but I used to like I would get up or something.
Yeah.
And then like I would think that I was doing something, but I wasn't because I was still asleep.
Right.
And then I also like talk in my sleep too.
So you so when you used to sleepwalk, like where you used to go though? Like did you go like go outside? Like whenever time I see somebody sleepwalk, they be like doing all kind of stuff in their sleep. And they wake up in the bitch.
I was in the kitchen, and then this one time I didn't actually like use the bathroom, but I thought I was going to the bathroom.
Damn.
It was a laundry basket. And
Right.
I thought that was the toilet when I was asleep.
Damn.
And then I kind of like, I guess either woke up, snap out of it, or my mom.
I hope it wasn't no damn clothes in there.
No, I just said I ain't used the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
I did sit on that bitch thinking it was the toilet for a second. I'm like, hold on.
Like you sink right in that motherfucker.
Yeah, like this motherfucker ain't as comfy as it's supposed to be. I gotta, get on my hold on, wait a minute.
Okay.
Something's right.
No more.
So that's the only one I remember for sure, sitting on that laundry basket.
So is there anything that y'all feel like y'all do that's weird now, like in y'all everyday life though? Who
I
want it
still
first?
talk in my sleep.
I'm trying to think what's some weird that I probably do. I mean, for real, I kind of still talk to myself, but it's like it's more so in a positive way. So it's like, hey, like, hey, you still got that goal. Like, don't even trip. Like, you know where you going. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I guess outside of that, I guess I'm pretty normal. So
You say you pretty normal?
Yeah.
I felt that.
I still talk in my sleep, and
Right.
I can't do odd numbers. So like,
Right.
unless it's like 1 through 7, cause
Yeah.
like 7 like my favorite number or whatever, and I could do multiples of
They
5.
say 7 is the luckiest number.
Yeah, I could do multiple of 5s, but once you get up to 10, I need that 12, 14, 16, 18. Don't have the TV
All that
on
type of
11. The thermostat can't be on 73.
Right,
It needs to
right,
be 72 or
right.
74.
Right.
And I always been like that though. But
Okay.
yeah, I can't do them odd numbers unless it's up to 7 and multiple
Right.
of 5.
Okay.
Cool.
I think that's pretty interesting right there. Me on the other hand, let me see. What's the weirdest thing I do now? I think I probably have to rock with yours though, man. I think I be having like self conversations with myself sometime though. But
You
I
got
don't
to.
think-
It's reinsurance.
I
so
think you have
got
to nowadays though. You have to like kind of like always make sure like I'm tripping. Like it's not like you talk to yourself. It's like almost like, am I tripping? Do you feel me on that same type of energy? So I definitely feel you when it comes to that. You definitely have to have that equal balance. You have to definitely know yourself and be intertwined with yourself and stuff. I think that's the biggest thing though. I think a lot of people take that for granted. They don't do the work that you need to do to kind of understand yourself and stuff like that though.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
that's why I'm
for
talking
real.
to yourself normal.
You said it's normal now?
Yeah, I don't
It used to
think
be
that's-
back in the day. They used to like tease your ass, man. They used to call you cray cray.
Nah, I feel like
nigga,
everybody
what you
talk
doing?
to
Right, cuckoo for
theyself.
Cocoa Puff.
It be so many times
Yeah.
where like I catch somebody talking to themselves and I think they talking to me and they be like, no, I'm just talking to myself. I be like, oh, I do that too.
You do that
and
shit
that's
too.
happened to me like at least like 4 or 5 times. So I
Right.
feel like everybody talks to themselves.
Right. I
You
felt
got
that energy though. What's the
Facts.
next one though?
Next question, and again, these are audience questions here. Siri, I didn't ask for you. What's the best bad decision that you ever made?
Ooh, you want to
The
kick that out, John?
best bad decision that you ever made.
Best bad, bro. Best bad.
And where I guess you thought it was gonna be shitty, you thought it wasn't gonna be no good idea, and then it just kind of.
Just because you jumped off the bridge one, I'm just playing.
The best bad decision?
Yeah.
Well, one decision that I made was like, so 2 years ago, it was my birthday or whatever, and
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to Atlanta, but I told my friend, I was like, you know what, bro, I'm gonna come down to Dallas and see you. So basically, I planned the trip for March. Remind you, my birthday was back in November. I caught COVID. I was sick
damn.
or whatever. But it ended up becoming the best decision because it was my first time on a plane. I was nervous as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But at the time when it happened, so I was working. I got a bonus. I had got a bonus from my job. I had a check. I had like a work check. I had my stimulus at the same time.
Damn.
So I went down
Damn.
there with paper.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You was ready.
And it was my first time traveling on a plane, my first time going to Texas. And when I say like I had a fucking ball, like me and my partner, we get on the phone every day. We'd be like, bro, like you could just take us back to like that first time when you came down to Texas. Like it was crazy.
It hit different, didn't it?
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it's,
black people love Texas.
you said they do?
Black people love Texas.
Yeah.
Everybody either moving to Texas or already in Texas.
I would say Texas is
Yeah.
the new St. Louis, though, man. I feel like everybody flocking from STL or Chi-Town, and they hitting either Texas or ATL.
Yeah. Yeah, I could agree because, I mean, Texas it's one of those places where it's hot. It's kind of hot all year round. It don't really drop below maybe 40, 50 degrees, maybe Dallas. But other than that, the temperature don't really drop. And most jobs there, it's all year
they getting
round.
that paper, ain't it?
Yeah, so.
I feel like when you go down to Texas, man, the women down there are different. It's just like
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
the women different. The atmosphere is different, and I know I heard about some type of the racism. I feel like that's everywhere you go.
Yeah. For real.
You
for
can't
real,
escape
for real.
racism.
Yeah.
But see, not to cut you off, Texas is kind of like it's own island. Like they got laws that's similar, but they also got a lot of laws that's like different because it's like Texas is kind of like its own fucking country in the United States.
Right.
If you think what I'm saying.
Wait, don't you gotta pay to get on the highway down there?
That's a toll.
That's a toll. That's a toll. But that's in like Florida. I think I saw a toll maybe in Georgia. So it's tolls kind of all through there. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing but like 80 cents or something like that. But it's like I say, man. It's a different. It's just a different atmosphere.
So you saying it's something that you must touch once in your life as a
Everybody
person?
should go to Texas.
I think me personally, I think if you know what I'm saying, if you young, just in general, I think you should just travel, not just to Texas, not just you know what I'm saying, just go somewhere, just travel.
You should
period.
definitely live your life though, man. I think that's the biggest thing that we all like lack in life and stuff is the ability to like the fruits of our labor.
Right.
We get in the habit like we feel like we must spend it bag all the time and pay bills and stuff. But we fail to realize like sometimes we have to actually be able to work hard and play harder and be able to enjoy the life that we had because tomorrow never promised to us. When we had that whole COVID scare a few years back, a lot of people got a wake-up call then, man. It's a lot of people that was living their life basic, man. They was working a 9 to 5. They was going back to, paying bills. Living for the kids and the family. They never traveled. They never went out. They just live a regular life. When then when COVID hit, they lost some people that was close to them that they hold grudges with, and they made them actually look at life different. Like, damn, I need to actually be out here and actually trying to live my life to the fullest because tomorrow is never promising anybody, though.
Shit, today not promised down there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I definitely agree with that too because I feel like a lot of us be so focused on like work hard, pay bills, society, that kind of force you to work to even make it anywhere. You got to work to eat, to pay the bills, everything. So it's like, I be forgetting sometimes. I be like, damn, you know what? I'm gonna just say fuck it this weekend or this weekend. I need to do something, So yeah, definitely felt that.
So what about you? What's the worst bad decision you ever made?
Worst bad decision I ever made. Okay, well I guess because I can't really think of nothing else. Sorry to bring it back to college, but as y'all know, I had went to SIUE for nursing initially because I listened to somebody tell me that I wasn't going to make money on art for real. And I feel like that was like a bad decision because where I'm at now, if I had just started with art to begin with, then I probably would have been a lot further along than I am now.
Right.
But it just made me realize that, like, I just need to focus on, like, what I want to do, not what my family want me to do, not what other people want me to do or what they expect of me. As long as I'm still making them proud and, making it or whatever like that, I feel like that's what's most important. But I can't, like, live my life for my parents or my people or people around me. I got to live it for me. So it just kind of, it was like a realization or a lesson that I needed to know because now I got to pay SIUE that little debt for that year. And I could have just not had it,
I felt that energy, and I feel the same way. Like, I feel like when it comes to certain stuff, I feel the same way. When it comes to certain stuff, I think the biggest thing that we run into is we become our biggest critics. We let other people like kind of talk us out a lot of things. Yeah, and not like for real. And not like do what we want to do though. And at the end of the day, like if for example, like hey, I want to take this art to the next level, man. You got to be your biggest, your biggest support system. Fuck what everybody else did, because everybody else gonna have an opinion, but everybody else ain't gonna be in your shoes. They living their life. It's easy to speak from somebody else's life from a distance, but it's hard to speak from somebody's life when you actually want to live in it. That's why I always say when people give a relationship advice, women give the worst relationship advice ever.
Especially if they single.
I
You
say
can't
that all
take
the
no
time, man.
relationship
Women
advice from nobody that ain't in
give
a
horrible relationship advice, man. Like horrible relationship advice. And I think the biggest reason why women get horrible relationship advice because a woman will sit there and date a guy, and she'll be sitting there trying to comment on her daughter or her homegirl or sister situation. And when she commenting on it, she'll say, "Girl, if it was me, couldn't be me. I wouldn't do X, Y, Z." But when, but you see her, she be getting domestic situations, or her dude cheating on her, or she a side chick to a married man, and she trying to comment on how you moving, how you stepping, and stuff like that. I just think that's kind of weird. For me, I'm gonna go back to kind of like my COVID speech before. I think the bad decision is not living my truth and my dream to the fullest. Me and James been talking about outside of the stream about like really taking this podcast streaming, this social media influence to the next level.
And not to cut you off or diminish, you know what I'm saying, what you just said, but one of the things that I'm learning, and I'm not just saying this with all black people, but most black people, they tend to give up on their dreams. This is what I'm learning. Like, why not pursue something that you want to do? You already broke. All you gotta do is listen. You already broke. All you gotta do is change your decisions. It don't take that much to, you know what I'm saying, to invest into something that you want to do. Right. You never know what could change. Right. What could change your life. Right. And the thing I noticed with black people, like, we tend to depend more on things like as far as the government or just anything. We hate to step out of our comfort zone. And I don't know why, like, we don't want to take risks, because we as people, like, you know, especially black people, I feel like we done pretty much had the world against us, and a lot of us, we done beat the odds. So
yeah, I could piggyback off of that too, because a lot of people, like, you know, like how we was talking about earlier, they listen to people, or they just think that they not gonna make it. Right. You know, what's that meme? This my favorite meme, y'all. It's like, you gotta be thinking big, bitch. Like, you gotta really be thinking big, cause if like, prime example, like my mother, she was like a waitress for Applebee's for a while, but I remember when I was younger, she used to like draw like clothing designs. Facts. And she still write poetry and stuff like that. And I think she's thinking about, like, you know, being out more with her poetry and stuff, and trying to, you know, just take, you know, try different things that she's not used to trying. But, you know, instead of her working for somebody else, and it also wasn't really taught to her either, too. Like, you know, they still get passed down working 9 to 5, making somebody else rich versus, you know, going for what you want to go for and, you know, building it up to make yourself rich. You know, like, you putting all that hard work in, you might as well do it for something that you really want. So that's definitely a prime example, because I feel like my mom could have really did something with the little clothing designs, and she wanted to make some shoes too. Right. I just remembered that. It was a few things. So I definitely felt that. You just got to go after what you go after. You don't want to be 40, 50 and be like, damn, I could have did this. I could have did this. Yeah. You know, type of thing. And, you know, a lot of us, we don't understand. Like, most of these jobs and these companies, they was here before you. They're going to be here after you. Everybody is hiring. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to go work a job. It's easy to wake up and go clock in. But to say you going to work for yourself, I think that's the biggest teacher. That's a boss move. Yeah. And it takes guts. It takes credibility, because when something go bad, you only could blame yourself. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I'm getting more into the entrepreneur side, you know, with a lot of stuff. You know, I got my clothing line. I'm doing a media thing, and you know what I'm saying? And even though, you know what I'm saying, I kind of stepped away from my job, it's like, this shit is a job within itself. Right. Like, it's not, you know, it's not easy, you know, but it's like,
if I'm going to go put in 50, 60 hours just to get overtime for somebody else, why not put them 50, 60 hours
Into
just to
yourself.
put the overtime
Into your
in?
craft and make it better.
And then not only that, but working for somebody else, living paycheck to paycheck, like that shit is
That shit dead.
yeah, that shit's scary. And you know, one of the things I noticed, everybody that pretty much make anywhere from $18 to $25 an hour make the same type of money. Only difference is maybe taxes, 401k. But if you look at the paychecks and you line them up, you know what I'm saying?
That
They
shit
pretty
add up
much
the
make the
same.
same thing. Yeah.
But if you put it into yourself, then you can kind of make that different. Like, it don't got to be that set pay or whatever. Like, especially if you get the booming and stuff and you start taking off to where somewhere you didn't even really expect, then it can really exceed those expectations. The job is, like, perfect to get you to there, but you just got to realize at what point you got to be like, okay, this is what I need to be doing. It's time to transition, flip the script. You know, this been working for a while. You know, been cool, but, you know, let's, you know, flip the script a little bit. So,
I think the biggest thing is, and that is the piggyback what everybody's saying is, people are scared to take that leap of faith because of the fear of the unknown. The unknown is everything. I respect anybody that's out here getting that bag on their own. It's hard out there to be able to, you know, put all your chips onto yourself and bet on yourself to move forward. You know, it's easy to go out there and work a 9 to 5. And you know, and give your taxes to Uncle Sam. And you know that's coming in. That's always gonna be there though. No matter what, you gonna have that paper there. No matter what, as long as you show up, you ain't sick, you ain't fired, and your car working, you gonna be at the gig.
Yeah.
But when you have to say, hey, I'm finna bet on myself. I'm finna put myself first. And I'm finna go 10 toes down into whatever I believe in. For you, like you said, art. For you, like me, for me, it's just like the whole being an entrepreneur in so many ways. The digital, the social media, and all that. And so when you start trying to bet on yourself over the world, you actually rise above the ranks. To me, in a lot of society, because to me, that's the part that's the biggest fear right there. Is to be able to say, look, no matter what, I'm finna be out here. I'm finna be getting it. I'm gonna put the time in. I don't care how sleepy I am, how tired I am, how lazy I'm feeling. I'm finna go out here and I'm finna put all this energy and tan into my craft, and I'm gonna make my craft and my business to the next level. And so I do think that's pretty good. So to me, real quick, like I was saying before, I think one of my biggest things that I think that's a bad decision, like I said before, is just like not being you know, going into my craft and being scared to do that. Like I said, I was like I could always make a joke about the 90-10 rule. And I was like the 90% of people that are like, okay, you supposed to go out here, you supposed to get a job, you make a nice career, you bring the earnings on, you take care of your family, you do all this law-abiding citizen shit. You know, that's what I call it, law-abiding citizen shit. And so I used to joke and make fun of people. They'd be like, man, I hate working for people. I'm like, man, you know, you always work for somebody. Even if you work for yourself, you working for your consumer base. And you working for people that's working underneath you, because you got to keep them invested in to be able to believe into your brand. And so you always working for somebody, no matter, even when you feel like you're not. But it's just different when you your own boss and you can just make your own schedule.
Can't nobody fire you.
And nobody can fire you, man. Like, that's the biggest thing right there, is being like your own self-made everything. What's the next one, though?
The next question is, what are some things people have selfishly done to make your life better? Who wants to start that off?
So when you say that, you basically saying, like, what are some things that people have kind of did to help me?
Yeah, like, not that they necessarily did it for the benefit of themselves, thinking that you're going to return it, do something back for you, whatever case may be. They just did it because, you know, it was either like y'all was cool, you know, they saw potential, whatever case may be. These audience questions, by the way, but
you got that?
Who, me?
Yeah. Okay, let me hear that energy.
A lot of people, you know, they only do stuff, you know, for their selfish gain. I do got a lot of friends, you know what I'm saying, that kind of, you know, that kind of support me, or, you know, it might be something where they just, you know, post or share my video, or, you know, 9 times out of 10 just just send me some money and be like, hey, bro, you ain't got to worry about paying it back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
It's
love.
for you. Yeah. Cause me, I'm the type of person, I return a favor. I return that energy as well, too.
Yeah. I believe you supposed to, whatever you put into the world, you supposed to get it back tenfold. So if you put in good positive energy in the world, it's gonna come back to you tenfold, and usually come back when you least suspect it.
Facts.
Now, if you put negative energy in the world, I do believe in karma and get back, and so that karma gonna hit your ass when you least suspect it, and that's usually when you don't want to see karma though. Karma always get the last laugh at the end though.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
and this kind of off topic, but it's
Let's
on
go.
the topic. So
Let's go.
I don't know if y'all watch Charleston White or if y'all listen to him.
I watched the Charleston White.
Charleston White, you ever heard of him?
No.
Okay. Well, he kind of like a content creator,
Yeah.
Okay.
YouTuber. So he had a question. He said, I don't know why black people believe in karma. He said karma is a poor people's word, because he said that white people been doing stuff for centuries and no karma has ever happened to him. I mean, happened to them.
I beg a different. When you look at it as a race as a whole, of course you're gonna think that they haven't had karma, because usually, based off of North America society, they look like they the one winning the most.
Right.
Western society. But when you think of them individually, man, a lot of them, man, they go through marital problems, bro. They be married like 3 or 4 times. The kids grow up envying them. A lot of them, they be so much into greed. They don't have real friends. Everybody's trying to, rob, steal, and kill them. So it's other forms of karma out there. But when you look at just as a culture, I think he's speaking more of a culture base. And so when you think of a culture base, it's easy for you to step back and be like, yeah, they don't got the same karma. I think we have the same equal opportunity as them. I think the problem with us is we don't build more generational wealth.
Yeah, I think it's it's funny you saying that, because I'm not saying I don't believe in racism, but I think nowadays in today's society, I think it's more of a class war, which basically means from the poor to the rich.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of black people, they complain and say that they don't have the money, they don't have the access, to
resources.
to resources, when really that's not true. Black people is one of the races that get the most biggest returns on taxes on paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I see a lot of black people that got money, even if you own government assistance or whatever the case may be. I just feel like we invest more into materialism, vice versa to investing into ourselves or the community. So,
and I agree with you. And I think the biggest thing that we run into a lot is when you think about our community. I had argued with one of my good friends one day, and he was saying that he's a big activist. So he was saying that our community don't have the same amount of resources as other cultures and community. He said it's the product of the environment. It's just not having the same resources and tools and the knowledge to understand how society moving and evolving. And by the time we catch up, society already moved 2 steps ahead of us and stuff. And so I told him, I said, what generation are you talking about? If you're talking about, I would say 2000 and maybe 10 and up, you're right. When I mean up, I'm talking about 2010 and backwards, like 2009 and all the way back.
Right.
Then you're right. But if you're talking about 2011 and going down, like up to like 2023 and stuff like that, I disagree. You have the internet now. You have YouTube. You have different means and stuff like that. The problem with all of us is we spend so much time on social media and stuff that has no value, watching TikTok videos and stuff like that, and watching hair tutorials or makeup tutorials, or we watch somebody drive some type of whip or something like that we want to fantasize for, instead of doing the means that out there to get what we need to get. Though I think that's the biggest problem right there. A lot of us, we don't focus and we don't be ground in onto what make us be what we need to be successful. Though I think that's one of the things that we lack.
For real. And it's the way the world set up is way too many apps, you know what I'm saying, to not have no money. Is way too many programs and grants and stuff for people not, to have no money. It's and it's plenty of people that's rich, you know what I'm saying, that'll show you the way, So now I'm not saying, their way is gonna work for everybody, but it's plenty of examples,
right.
There it's more black millionaires and billionaires than there has ever been in history.
Yeah.
So like I say, the tools are there. You just sometimes you gotta learn how to lift your environment or make your environment work for you. Just like everybody that stay in St. Louis, they love to complain and be like, "Oh, St. Louis a bad place. I hate being here." And it's like, bro, it's plenty of famous people here. It's plenty of millionaires, that stay in St. Louis and they go to the same places that you go to.
Right.
Why is it that you can't make it but they could make it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's laziness, man. And then a lot of people, they sit back and I blame the parents too, man, because a lot of parents feed a lot of negativity to their kids because the parents are scared. And parents, just because they live their life scary and they ain't want to take no leap of faith, they tell you to live a conservative life too as well. And they should be telling you to be the best you be. And when you look at other cultures, they would sit back and they would endorse their kids. They'll tell their kids, hey, don't leave the house until you fully financially right. That means you got money in the bank so you can put a down payment on the house. You got your own car. You finished with school. First thing you think of like a African American community. First thing they saying all the time, I can't wait till my kids get the fuck out.
Nah.
That's their favorite line, man. 18, bro. 18 ain't coming fast.
Or it's, it's the other way around to the point where, the kid gotta, help the parent out because of the decisions that the parents made. Yeah. And, sometimes it's not necessarily their fault, but I feel like if you can go 20 to 30 years where you just haven't did nothing, like you don't have nothing to show for, and it's the same way, with spending money. Like, last year I didn't save as much as I wanted to, but I was able to look back like, okay, you did take 7 trips. Okay, that's where the biggest bulk of your money went. So a lot of people they don't have that to look at. They just
don't know where it went. Don't know what happened.
And it's like how can you live life like that? Most of the people, they most of these jobs preach 401k, you get all this and that. But I'm starting
That only goes so far.
That's what I'm saying. And see, me, most of the jobs that I've been at, and I've been at a lot of jobs, most of the jobs that I see when people get older, they start to get more stressed. When I was working at Quick Trip or whatever, most of the older guys, they went through a bunch of divorces. They was alcoholics when they got off of work. And it's like, bro, like, who wants to get old and live like that? But it's because they settled, they let the job tell them whatever they gonna tell them. And then, they're not happy, but they also feel like they're stuck, you know what I'm saying, because this job pay them more and they feel like they can't, they
make
can't
more
really
than that or step off the porch,
Yeah, they can't really get more than that. So
yeah,
I see it every day.
Yeah, people stuck. I call it the web of conservatism. And basically what it is, when a person gets stuck in like quicksand, they like not moving fast enough, but they want to get the fuck out. It's called quicksand. They want to get out of the quicksand, but they can't get out of it because they don't want to do nothing to pull them out. If you ever seen like any type of cartoons or movies where people going to quicksand, they panicking. Yeah, they doing everything like that. Instead of just either digging themselves out or pushing themselves out, they flipping out like they like drowning somewhere or something. And that's kind of like how a person mentality is when it's time for them to go out there and succeed in society. They basically quicksand. Everybody in the world telling them, hey, you can't make it, you can't do this, you can't do that. So they basically get suppressed in, sucked in, and not being fully dialed in. What's the next one?
We gotta finish that one question. Cause he answered it. I don't know if you got to, and I didn't.
What was the question again?
What are some things people have selflessly done to make your life better?
Okay. I agree with him a little bit. I think a lot of people has just been like, just believing in my brand, man. Just trying to take this this podcast and media to the next level, and just giving me tips and tricks, telling me coming on. Anybody that ever came on and showed love on the podcast for free. To me, that's time out your day that you could be doing on any other thing, and you just came on her. That's a form of not being selfishness. And yeah, you can say other people did it for their own, whatever reason they did it for.
Right.
But to me, I look at stuff like that. I look at it like your time is the most precious thing to have in the world. Your time and your lifespan. Everything else, it could be negotiated though. Because with your time, you can never get time back, and you only get one life. And so both of those are currency that you can never once replace. So if anybody want to give you either one, that's a motherfucker that fuck with you the long way.
Yeah. And on top of that, it's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
You spend about like 7 of it sleeping. So
Right.
that automatically leave you with like a good 17 hours. That's not including,
Right.
getting up, getting yourself together.
Unless you on some
eating,
vamp shit.
you know.
24 it.
Yeah. As far as me, I mean, we in a better situation now, but it wasn't always like this. Transitioning from my old situation and stuff, because my last relationship, I feel like I had talked about this or whatever, but I just looked up, she was separating my stuff, and she was just saying like, you gotta go and all that stuff. Like I said, I think it was just so she could do what she wanted to do. She wasn't really ready, and that was cool. But it really put me in a tight situation because before that I had my own place.
Right.
I was settled and stuff. I let her in my space, and then vice versa. Shit happened, and then it was just like a whole different story when it was reversed. So from that, it was just kind of me transitioning into my relationship, trying to get stuff situated, because I always told myself that if I left my mama's house, I'd make it to where I never had to go back. And it was like whatever I figured out, whoever helped me along the way, like it was multiple things. I had friends that let me stay with them in the process until we actually got our place that we were staying at, until we transitioned up and everything. One of the people that I was like buying like waist beads and stuff like that from, they had like an extra living space upstairs, and they came to bring me waist beads, and they was just asking me questions like while I was here, started breaking down and stuff, and they was basically saying like, you could live in that space upstairs, put in X amount of rent this first month, be free, that type of thing, and then kind of up from there. Basically, because that allowed me to have security, to have a roof over my head and everything, not have to worry about nothing. Me and that we were best friends at the time, kind of transitioning into a relationship or whatever.
Right.
But we all just kind of came together with supporting each other, being there for each other, trying to make it easier for each other. And I just appreciate that, because during that time, I could have been homeless in a different kind of way. I could have went through some different things that I didn't necessarily have to go through. It was people, friends that was helping us out. Here you go, you ain't got to pay it back, or just pay it back when you can, that type of thing. Just throughout that whole little era that we had going on, it was definitely a lot of support going on, and it could have been a lot worse. So,
it's pretty deep though, so I'm gonna touch on a few things though. So I know we always talk about the triangle situation and whatnot. Have you always been in a form of a LBGQ relationship, or have you dated guys before, like on a one-on-one base?
So it was both. So funny story on that too, by the way. So anyways, I kind of always knew that I was bisexual in a sense. Like I was always interested in both. I always dated guys. In high school, freshman, sophomore year, I had like a little play girlfriend type of thing. Yeah. But
shit went left fast, huh?
No, that one she was telling everybody I was her real girlfriend. I was like, okay, I ain't know that's what we was doing or whatever. But I was still.
Was she on a basketball team? My bad.
But it was some little cute shit. That's all it was. And then I had another situation because I wasn't opening up to my family yet. Like my mom, she was bisexual, so I would have thought she would have understood a different kind of way. But because I was her only child, she didn't really know what to do. She kind of didn't really handle that properly. Yeah. We got past it and everything, but basically after that play girlfriend situation or whatever, it was another situation where I was dealing with like this guy and this girl or whatever, and then I would talk to the girl through the guy and whatnot. And my mom, she used to always go through my phone, da 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 da. And then one day my daddy and my stepmama picked me up and they was like, "So you like girls?" And I was like, "No,"
right?
You know, their perspective of it is quite a bit different. It's different than my mama coming to me. You know, my dad and my other mama. My stepmama, they're accepting of me, obviously. Like, you know, they know about my relationship. They support it. It's not like they can't come around. You know, I can bring them with me and stuff like that. But it's just something that they wouldn't do specifically. And it was a little bit different. I'm going to have to call you back. I'm so sorry. How do I hang up?
The panic going real. The quicksand going real.
But, no, seriously, though. So, she called me earlier. I'll just have to call her back. And I'm alive fucking up. God damn it. But yeah, basically, you know, that was the kind of beginning of it or whatever. And then from there, I think around like college or something like that, I might have opened up to my mom.
And told her what's up.
Yeah, and then we got past it too, because I told her that's why I didn't share it with her for so long, because I felt violated. Like,
can I ask you something? I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
But how can your mama be mad at you when she exposed you to that type of lifestyle?
Right.
I mean, she
kind of
wasn't.
Hypocritical.
It wasn't that she was mad. It was just because I was her only child. It was the first time she dealt with something like that.
Yeah.
And she didn't know what to do. So for her, it was more so her asking advice, asking what she should do, you know, that type of thing. But it violated me in a sense, because it was like, okay, you bisexual and I'm bisexual, and I feel like you would understand when I would be ready to come out versus putting me out there like that and putting me on the spot, you know, that type of thing.
Right.
So I just felt violated. So for a while, I just did not tell her. I wasn't comfortable with it. I thought I would have been, but that just was not the case. We got, you know, past it and stuff like that. But like she explained, she just didn't know what to do. She just needed advice, was asking questions, stuff like that. But now we make it an effort to, like, move forward in our relationship. If it's anything that I don't really want to share with anybody, you know, we keep it between us type of thing. She'll ask me questions. She asks reassurance and stuff like that. Like, our relationship has definitely taken a whole flip type of thing. So.
That's interesting. So, James, this first time James heard about your dynamic, though. So, she don't like the word poly.
Triangle. I like thruple.
She like thruple.
Yeah.
And I call it triangle. It's hard for me to keep up with it. So I call it triangle. Try.
The next girl
two,
I see that.
Thruple 3.
The next time I see a girl come, I'm gonna be like, hey, you want to do the thruple?
You want to do the thruple?
You know
That's what I was
saying?
gonna ask you about. So, hey, do you with like today's society though? Before we go back onto that, for today's society, you see a lot of people advocating for, like, I see it all the time on my social media. They're advocating for, like, the three-way relationship. You know, a lot of people audition for the poly. They be saying they ready for the poly lifestyle or the entanglement.
Yeah, that's why we don't like that term, because people do shit like that.
Yeah,
like, it just kind of puts a bad light.
Do you feel the same way, man? Do you think a lot of people do, like, advocating for that nowadays on your social media, or would you ever do something like that though?
I definitely want to do something like that, but you know, you gotta have that money, because you know it's hard to keep two women. But I think most women, and a lot of women and men, they don't want to admit to this. 90% of the women, I feel like they gay. You know what I'm saying? Like
90. That's a high number.
Listen. Most of the women, you know what I'm saying, that I saw in high school or college, you know, you could tell them hoes like they secretly
they own it.
You know what I'm saying? Like women, like, listen, women will wear each other clothes, you know, they change in front of each other. You be like, damn, bitch, your ass look good. Like, ooh, I like the way your titties sit up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we'll never say no shit like that. But I just feel like 90% of the women, you know, they just gay. And then it's like, if you do like girls, it's kind of sexy. Like, it's innocent
like
in a way. Yeah, type
Okay.
shit. So
To piggyback off of that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you were still going.
No, you good. Go ahead, do your thing.
No, I just, when you said that, it made me think of something, because a lot of people either are and open to it, or they don't realize it, or like because how they were raised, they feel like it's so wrong and it's not okay. Because I actually remember running into this one situation with a girl or whatever, and it was a while ago or whatever. But anyway, she was just like, I just think I'm so wrong. Like, she was a white girl too. She was like, y'all are just so beautiful. Da da da. Like, I was kind of being a therapist that day, basically. But yeah, some people, they feel like it's wrong. They don't want to really acknowledge that part of them, especially when it come down to like their family and stuff being over them and thinking stuff should be a certain way, or they think that's not what they used to seeing. So sometimes it's a little bit harder for them to kind of accept that part of themselves. And then some people are fake gay too, because it's like some people, they'll like, you know, do stuff with some girls, but they'll receive it. They'll never do nothing to her. So it's like, okay, so you kind of like girls, but then you kind of.
That's why I said what I said, because most women, you know, a lot of women, they claim and they preach, most dudes don't know how to eat coochie. You know what I'm saying? Which could be kind of true in a way. So they feel like a woman could do it better because, you know, women kind of understand women. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's still not the same thing. Yeah, you go get a rose, you go get a dildo, but you know, you still want that physical contact.
She need that pipe, man. It's different. She need that soul pull, man.
Yeah.
Lifestyle. So let me ask you this question, T. Who do it better though, guys or girls?
Do what better?
Who do it better?
Yeah, who eat
guys
better?
Or girls?
Yeah.
I mean, it just really depends, honestly, because I really can't really, like, in my relationship, I can't really pick one. Both is really amazing.
Yeah.
So you in a triangle relationship?
Throuple.
Yeah.
Yes. We've been together for the past 3 years. They're my best friends first. They've been together since high school, so they got like 7-8 years on them.
Right.
And then I came in 3 years ago, and then it became like an official relationship thing.
Right.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a different way, man.
Yeah.
She got a sister, you know.
I am
That boy out here
I just
recruiting. So you just saying, so you never had the experience between the two. I mean, outside of your
I have,
Yeah.
but I couldn't really pick one. I mean, I've had like not good of like, you know, either or in a sense, but it's like if you really know what you're doing or you have that experience or whatever case may be, then it's different. Because, you know, I could, you know, praise some guys, I could praise some girls.
Right.
So it's like, I can't really pick one off of the other. And, you know, some guys actually care to, you know, learn your body, learn what you like, learn like what, you know, turn you on and stuff like that. So they'll use that to kind of like bring that in.
Yeah, so I always make a joke though. I always say this all the time.
I think you finna say what I'm finna say.
What you finna say? Let me hear yours first.
So so I think most dudes that know how to eat pussy and you know what I'm saying,
right?
I think they ugly, fat, slob looking ass dudes. The reason I'm gonna say that is because it's like, you know, most women, they be like, man, you know, or they'll tell the dude like, you know, you gotta eat me out first, or those be the guys who don't get women and they be tricking. So I think most of the dudes that are good at doing that, and then also too, a lot of bums, I think they good at doing that shit too.
You're hilarious. Oh
so what I was gonna say is it was actually a two-parter, boy. So the first one is gonna be, I feel like when you eating cooch, that's like a art, a skill. You gotta have skill with it. Just like a woman giving head. Every woman can't just give good head, bro. I'm just sorry.
Dude, tell me about it. Thank you.
Every woman can't give head, but some women, it's a skill. They, you know, anything is a skill. What you do is a skill. You keep on perfecting it. You practice. And
that's why we like hoes.
All right.
You don't have to be a hoe to get practicing.
I mean,
No. You ain't. But you ain't gotta be a hoe to get practicing.
Right.
But in order for you to be good, 9 times out of 10, you a hoe.
You gotta have some hoish ways.
Yeah.
You gotta have a little bit.
You must have went buck wild in college. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Hot girl summer.
Yeah.
You know how them hot girl summers go.
Or you must have took a vacation in Miami. You know?
Hey, South Beach.
Looking for the hoochie daddies.
Yeah, South Beach, man. I think that's a skill. And then also too, I always make jokes about gay girls. I always say, gay girls, they always need like, let's say like a hard stud, but usually like the feminine gay girls, they still be craving pipe like once a year. You just gotta catch it.
Nah, they craving more than that. They crave it more than that.
You gotta catch it once a year. Once you catch it once a year, you good though. It's just once a year they be craving the pipe.
You know what's actually crazy about that though? So somebody that I knew, like, we not cool no more at all, or whatever. But like, you know, they used to share things or whatever.
Yeah.
And they told me that they actually, like, it was some quote unquote lesbian or whatever. It was a guy, and you know, I guess he either turned her out or what. I don't know. Right. But yeah, she was supposed to be lesbian. They ended up dealing with her or whatever. Right. So I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, it definitely is an art. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta get practicing. Yeah. You gotta, you know, learn about that person and kind of figure out, you know, what they like and stuff like that. But it's definitely an art. Everybody can't eat cooch. Everybody can't suck. You know, some people use teeth and stuff. You can't be doing all of that.
Well, let me ask you something. Since y'all both saying it's an art, do you think you can be taught or, you know, get better with it over time? Because I feel like
it's a confidence thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's confidence too, but I feel like you could be taught how to eat. You know, you could be taught how to suck. Yeah,
I think you could be taught and learn the person's body, like who you dealing with, like your sex partner. Mm-hmm. But as far as that, I don't think you could be taught that. You have to have confidence first. When you do something half energy, half confident, you mean you already set yourself up to fail. Think about when you do something, you like, I don't know. You're going to be hesitant, caution, not very secure about what you're doing. But if you doing something and you feel like this is something you doing with pure, like I'm going to be professional. Like, this is going to be the best hit I ever gave in my life. Mm-hmm. I mean, that motherfucker going to be top notch. It's going to be letter 10.
I'm
gonna be honest. I think when a lot of women do that, especially to me, like when they be like when they hype themselves, be like, "Boy, this pussy fat, this pussy good." Right. It end up being mid because it's like, you know what I'm saying. You didn't put expectations on yourself.
No, okay, I got something to say to that too, but it's a lot that goes into that. Okay, because the first one, what was the question right before that?
I don't know. We've been talking for so long.
It was about like what was the bad decision you made? Like,
no. I'm talking about because you were saying that it's an art, and you asked a question after that.
We just started like spinning after that though. Okay, yeah, we just talking about giving head. Like, do you think it's like a skill or something like that, or?
Yeah, definitely. But to piggyback off of that, damn.
It came too fast. You think about that question?
Fuck. No, it's just that. Cause you when you said it, I was like,
what did I say? What did I say?
It was the very last thing you said.
You said a lot of shit. I'm just saying, I'm keeping 1,000. You said a lot of shit though.
It's on camera. It's recorded.
Yeah, I mean, I'll look back if I got to, but yeah, definitely an art. But it's just like, you know, you gotta be wanting to learn that person and everything, and a lot of that plays a part. That's what the question was. It was, can it be taught or could it not be taught, or, you know, is that something you can learn? I feel like yes and no. Like,
yes.
Because so some people, cause like it's like with a job. You know, you could teach people some things, and they a fast learner. They get right on to it, you know. Right. And then some people take a lot longer for them to catch on, you know, take a little bit more training days for them type of thing. So it's just like, when, you know, eating or sucking, you know, you just got to, you really got to, like, put in that effort for it. It can be taught, but it's like if that person not really is not teachable, then that's a different story. Because if they're not teachable, then it's like nothing that you could do to kind of fix that situation. But if it's like, you know, mid or something, and you're like, okay, try this, let's do this, you know, that type of thing, you know, clit up here, you know, type of thing, like, you know, kind of help, you know, coach the situation, and you kind of build up, you know, from there and gain experience through there. So that's what I was thinking.
What's your head game on? It says 1 through 10. What you put it at?
Oh, who head game?
That's you first, see?
Mine or my partners?
Just in general.
In general?
Will you put your number in? If anybody say yours was mid.
No.
They say you top notch.
Unfortunately, I have people that cannot leave me alone for shit.
Yeah.
So, alright. So listen. So since listen.
You still in a relationship?
Motherfucker, check it every month.
I got a question about that, about the poly thing. You know, so I'm gonna answer your question too. But.
It's gonna take you a minute to learn it though.
So, like, since you do date two people at the same time, like, how can I?
And we live together.
Okay, so what if one person get caught cheating?
Ooh, that is actually interesting.
So,
you got safe words.
Like, do y'all both beat his ass, or do y'all both beat her ass? Like, how does that work?
I don't think safe words apply to that. That's more so in the bedroom type of thing.
That don't matter in the bedroom. Y'all got safe words.
Oh, no, not necessarily. I just like let them know, like, hey, hold on, you know, you look back there.
Right.
You gotta ease your way back there, type of thing. But
right, ease your way back there. Whoa,
yes.
whoa.
Because you know when you get the soul pole, you gotta like, you gotta open her up a little bit.
Oh
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
just,
you just can't be going in.
And not even going in per se. It's just like, sometimes you lose a little bit of control, a little bit to start off cool or whatever.
Right.
But sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to open up. So it's like, hold on. But aside from that though, you threw me off with that too.
Safe word.
Yeah. You said with me having a triangle, what was your question?
So my question was, like, how does that work if somebody cheat? Like,
okay,
do y'all
both
do y'all both beat his ass, or do y'all beat her ass? Like, how does that work?
So
it is interesting.
So yeah.
Or can you cheat? Like, can you have as many motherfuckers as you want in your relationship?
No. So the way this works is that we all together, and it's like if we are gonna do something, we're gonna do it together.
So have y'all ever thought about adding somebody to the
I
bedroom?
want poly. Fuck that.
That has come up before. We've had foursome before, twice actually. Because the first one, girls. Because the first one was when I was in my last relationship.
So he got 3 women at the same time?
This nigga winning. He winning like a motherfucker.
So when I was in my last relationship, me and her actually had a foursome with my best friends at the time, who are now my relationship. And then after we got into a relationship, then me and my partners, we had a foursome too after that as well. And, it was cool, but it was, like, kind of one-sided, too, at the sense. So, like, we got to be careful and make sure that, if we are going to do something with somebody, because I don't want to add nobody to the relationship. But if, like, we're all, if somebody's into all of us and we're into somebody, like, I'm not opposed to doing that again. But it was very one-sided, so it kind of traumatized me. Because you got to like everybody. You can't just be dealing with all of us just to get to me or just to get to her, just to get to him, per se. And then cheating-wise, it's just like, it takes a lot to get past cheating. Because it's... One, you have to want the relationship bad enough. You have to want to forgive. You have to want more for that. Like, and if that's the case, then that means that was like a genuine mistake. However the fuck mistake happened. I don't know. Slipped on aisle 7. But
slipped on aisle 7, man. Went on wet floor sign. Just slipped in the coochie.
Slipped on aisle 7. So it's like, we have to like want that and realize like, we in the wrong or whatever case may be. And me personally, I have not. But we have like dealt with that in the past, and I'm not gonna say he the one that did it either. But
oh shit.
So we had our situation in the past. She kind of had us fucked up a little bit, but it's okay though because we got past it. It's something that still kind of stirs up things sometimes more so because at that time, it was kind of me coming into the relationship. I wasn't quite all the way in there yet, but I was like 50-50. It was like I've half foot in, half foot out, almost like on the way in type of thing. So it was kind of something that we all dealt with together. But he does deal with a lot from that because society also always make it seem like, what's going something wrong, the girl's going through something, they always assume the guy cheating or, the guy doing something or whatever the case may be. So it was just a lot that we had to deal with as far as like people around us, friends and stuff, people assuming that he was the one that did it instead of, trying to beat her and console him per se, because it was actually, a whole different, side of it.
I think,
and we're still together now. So, that happened like over a year ago.
That's what's up.
But yeah.
I think you'd be a fool to cheat on Polly. Like, why would
not
you need
necessarily.
Not necessarily. Why would you? Why would you need to cheat?
Because men and women, they are different. The biological structure is just different. Men, we can have sex with 5 different women, but we can only love one. You know what I'm saying? Or 2. But we can only love 1 or 2 or whatever. And the thing is, it's like a lot of men, we tend to make decisions with our dick. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa, with our conscience. You know what I'm saying? Like men, like just think about this. a woman, it could take her 40 minutes to 2 hours just to get stimulated to where she need to be. You know what I'm saying?
That's what just reminded me what it was
man,
earlier.
But listen. And a lot of dudes don't know this. A man, we could get on hard in seconds. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's that balance. And
they have that chemical balance.
That's what I'm saying. So that's that balance for men and women. But see, a lot of dudes, they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's why sometimes the sex be terrible, or she might be too tight, or she might not be wet enough for you. So
what's that? Cause Panda, she always say we not spit starting the coochie, but what was the other thing?
Carpet twat.
Carpet twat, yes, because that's exactly what you gonna get if you don't do the tune-up first. Like you gotta have.
You got
first.
to, and a lot of
people be complaining and stuff because they be like, "Oh, this person said that they had this, and it wasn't that."
Right.
Nah, you ain't warm her up first.
Yeah,
Like, just
and a lot of dudes, and listen, a lot of dudes, they don't, they don't do foreplay, and I know a lot of women that like that. You know, so
I feel like it's just when you have like, if you're a guy, you have two women. I just don't see how you can cheat, bro.
But she cheated though, not him.
I'm not saying that. I'm using that as if it was a male scenario.
Yeah, I mean,
but if you got money and you got resources, like bro, like you know how many women you gonna see? You know what I'm saying?
Some people they be getting tempted. When you got money and stuff like that, you could get tempted or whatever.
I mean,
if you ain't really like focused on your relationship like you supposed to be, and then just. People cheat for different reasons, really.
Right.
Like, when it's a male, it's normally because of, like, status, because he got the money, he can, he look good, he could pull whoever he can.
Right.
And, he either holding it down at home still all throughout that, or, she missing something. It's like one of those things. And then, like, with the female, it's either, missing something, or they looking for something, or they become delusional or something.
But women cheat more than men, though.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this to piggyback off of what he said. Mm-hmm. If a woman cheat on you, bro, it's hard for a woman to cheat on you. 9 times out of 10, you might as well end that relationship.
Do you believe in the 5 different levels of cheating?
Mentally,
you want me to tell you real quick?
Physically.
So I got a meter. It's called 5 different levels. Mental, emotionally, physically, financially, and spirituality.
Okay, financially and emotionally, I do believe in those two. You know what I'm saying? Most men, that's why I be telling everybody that follow me, even when I interview these girls, the first thing they say that they want a man to have is money. Yeah. And everybody not gonna have money. Everybody not gonna be a boss.
Everybody not gonna be a bag.
So
everybody not gonna be in that bag. But not even that. Like, what I mean by that is 5 different levels. Mental is like when you like texting somebody. Mm-hmm. Just like the talking stage. You might not be out there actually cheating and nothing like that. You just getting good morning beautiful for somebody. You know damn well you should not be getting good morning beautiful now. Now if a motherfucker sending that to you, that mean either two things. Either you led them on in some type of capacity, or y'all used to talk in some type of capacity.
Facts.
And you didn't shut it down. If you continue to entertain it, that's a form of mental cheating. Emotionally cheating, that's when you get to the I care stage, I love a person, and all that, the emotional ties towards a person. You know what I mean? Physical, a lot of people think that's just sexual. I don't think it's just sexual. It's just anything that's dealing with presence. So when you like going to sneak up and link up with somebody and stuff like that, that's a form of physical cheating. And then you have financial. Financial is hiding finances or getting finances from another person that likes you. Because a person is not like believing into you unless they think they can go any further with you, though. That's the
unless they
whole
got
point.
history with you too, because
That
sometimes
too,
that's a thing. But yeah,
a dude is not coming out his bag just to be coming out his bag. I don't care if you got it like that. You just throw hundreds like it ain't shit, like you at a motherfucking strip club. Mm-hmm. You ain't coming out your motherfucking bag unless that's potential. Either you already used to hit it, or you trying to come back, or you trying to hit it. One of the two, and you just trying to rekindle something. That's the only reason. And then last is spirituality. If you make and people think spirituality is just like something to do with like religion based, but spirituality is the commitment that me and you made towards something. So if we say, for example, hey, we finna go on a fast on something, and then I'm at work, I ain't eating nothing, but you at work sneaking Kit Kats and Twinkies and shit. And I'm thinking this whole time we like committed
on the
to this.
same thing.
We on the same page.
To piggyback off of that spirituality, I think spirituality is big in sex, and I think spirituality is more bigger for women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the reason I'm gonna say this is because women give birth to the nation. They give birth to children. So it's like you gotta protect that womb. You know what I'm saying? By any means possible. And a lot of times when you having sex with different men, especially raw, like you mixing, intertwining those different juices, feelings and emotions. So you could just be having a bad day, but it's nothing wrong with you. But since you just had sex with 3 different dudes, one of them might be having a bad day. So now you kind of fucked up. So I think people, they don't understand that neither. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I tell women, you know what I'm saying, you could be like, oh, I'm just outside and having fun, but in the end, it's gonna hurt you more. Right. You know what I'm saying? See, men, we could go fuck 30 women and I have no feelings towards them. You know what I'm saying? Not even call them back, not even know their names. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of women, you know what I'm saying, I didn't crack and I don't even remember their name. You know what I'm saying? But that's because, I didn't care that much to know it, so yeah.
Pretty much dialed in. What's the next question?
The last question on this list is, and again, these are audience questions. It says, what are you so incredibly terrible at that you've given up ever doing it again?
Ooh, that's actually a good one, though.
Who's picking it off first?
I'll go.
You want to go first?
Shit. What am I incredibly terrible at?
You said fuck this shit.
Lying.
Lying?
Lately, I've been telling motherfuckers the truth.
How they been getting you though? People hate the truth though.
Well, it's actually
appreciated more though.
Yeah, it's actually been helping me in a good way, because the people that you tell your lies to, and then you start telling them the truth, now they want to get farther away from you. It's just like, for instance, if somebody asks you for $50 to $100 and you like, damn, bro, you get the same 24 hours, you know what I'm saying, you work, you make more than me, the fuck are you doing with your money? Right. So they start telling you like, bro, well, you need to cut that out, and you need to scale back. You might not need to go out this weekend. See, they don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
That Hulu, bro.
Yeah.
And the OnlyFans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motherfuckers be on their subscriptions and shit like that. I feel you on that. I would say, read that question one more time.
What is something that you're so incredibly terrible at that you've given up ever doing it again? Like something that you just complete shit and you was like, fuck this shit.
I'm gonna say cheating. You
was terrible. You kept getting
I was terrible at cheating, but I would say cheating. I think cheating.
All men are terrible at cheating. You know what I'm saying?
Some men are professional cheaters.
Yeah, it's some. Listen, it's some men that are terrible cheaters, but it's like, bro, we like since the beginning of time, men have had multiple wives, multiple women.
But that's not cheating if you got multiple wives. That's like culture based.
But I'm just saying, like, you could go to, like, they'll have a wife at home and they'll go off to war and conquer and they'll fuck all the women. So
I'm sorry, are you saying this because the society is more so monogamy based and because
and they push dudes to have, they push dudes to go get one wife, and 9 times out of 10 it don't, you know what I'm saying, it really don't work like that. And marriage, even from the beginning of time, marriage is a fucking, it's a business, you know what I'm saying? Like back then they used to have people that get married from this part of the country and this part of the country, and they all come together and make a union. They don't necessarily have to like each other, but in order for, for peace and prosperity, like, they had to come together. And I see a lot of people, they be like, oh, well, I want to get married because of love. Like, bro, that shit
you also
really
gotta
don't
want to do
exist.
something with that too. Like, you got to be preparing stuff for the kids and everything. You got to be thinking about the future.
And it's like, that's why a lot of relationships, they fail as soon as the kid come, or financial reasons, you know what I'm saying? That's why it really don't last. Because
people don't date what they actually supposed to be dating. A person, if you tell a person right now what your standards is, if I say, hey, I need a woman that can cook, clean, got good head on her, a mother, she make about $60K a year. That I'm just throwing numbers out there. I'm not saying
she don't make more than you.
Yeah, she can't make more than me.
She can't make more than you, bro.
I'm not letting that go. I'm not letting that go.
Your woman should not make more money than you, right?
Yeah.
I think
they can't because the reason a woman can't make more than you
Yeah.
because they're gonna 9 times out of 10 either throw it in your face or they gonna feel like they gonna take on that masculine role. And it's the same way, vice versa. I know dudes like older guys, they women make more than them, but they still pay all the bills. Which is crazy.
I make a joke all the time though, man. I look at certain movies and like when you see the woman bossing up, she lose respect for him. Think about this: if your woman making 80 stacks a year, I'm just throwing numbers out, and her dude making 35 stacks a year, it's hard for you to walk around the house like you the motherfucking man of the house. It's just hard. I don't care how good the pipe game is. I don't care how much you keep that motherfucker clean like some Molly the Maid shit. It's gonna be the same dude that she work with, and she making 80 a year. He making 250, taking her ass to motherfucking Fiji.
No,
shit like that. While you over there taking her ass up to motherfucking Lake of Ozarks. Yeah. Those are just two different vibes, bro.
And then too, like you hear this all the time. Yeah. You hear it in music. You hear it everywhere. What's the first thing a black man say he gonna do when he get rich?
Boss up, get a chick.
The first thing most rappers, most entertainers, they be like the first thing they gonna do. They be like, man, I'm gonna get my mama out the hood. I'm gonna put my mama in the house.
Yeah.
When you see a female artist or a female entertainer, they don't think nothing about that.
No, she's trying to get to the bag.
Sexy Red got her mama a house.
Yeah, I'm saying Sexy Red, but I'm saying you've never heard you never heard that in the music.
Speak on it the same kind of way.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Dudes like they naturally care, you know what I'm saying, for women, and it's the same way. Right. A rich man could get a poor woman that fucking work at Wendy's, and he'll boss her up. You ain't never heard
and believe in her fucking dream.
Yeah. You ain't never heard no woman be like, yeah, I just bossed him up. You know what I'm saying? Most of the relationships, you know what I'm saying, fail. Look at Nicki Minaj and Sephora. Look at fucking Amber Rose and a little model dude.
I heard that more so in a baby daddy sense or a guy coming out of prison. Usually you hear women say that they gave all to those type of dudes. But I think the problem is the difference between the two, and I agree with you. Usually successful women don't do that.
Right.
They don't. We make jokes on the podcast all the time. The doctor not going to fuck. The female doctor is not going to fuck the janitor. I mean, she's not. Yeah. She's not. He's not gonna be her husband. He might come through on some 3 a.m. late night mission type shit. She'll fuck him behind the street, but he better not ever say that in public because she gonna deny the shit out of him.
Right.
Get him fired. But
damn.
But the dude that's the doctor, he gonna go fuck the housekeeping woman, and might even cuff her up and put her through school. Yeah. Real shit.
It depends on the woman too, because I remember one podcast episode we did. It was like if she see potential in him and believe in his dreams, then it makes the story a little bit different. Because then then she might go fuck the janitor. She like, oh, janitor got big dreams. He want to do this and this. He ain't trying to be here the rest of his life or whatever. Then they could I wouldn't necessarily say grow together because she's already up there, but they could still in a sense grow together or help each other. Those type of things.
Well, women don't believe in that though. Women see dudes
90%.
Can believe. No, I would agree that 10% of women probably believe in that, but majority of women. They don't believe in that because as a woman, you are taught survival. Mm-hmm. And as survival is when you
find the best mate.
And buy the best mate. So if you taught survival mean is I need to find protection and shelter. And when you go with a man, he should be providing you protection and shelter.
It's just like when you go on a date with a woman, what's one of the first questions that she asks off the rip?
Women gonna always ask what the fuck what you do for a living. That's one question. She gonna ask what you do for a living.
We don't even care. We don't even care what she do.
Because she wanna know how much child support or baby mama job that's coming with your ass. Mm-hmm. She gonna also ask you if you talking to somebody. And I always make jokes about this. So I don't think you collab on this.
If you in the dating stage though, then you kind of you on the bench trying to figure out so that's a little bit different. But like once you get in a relationship, I feel like everybody that's in a dating stage probably talking to multiple people because they trying to figure out who.
No, but see, as a woman ain't gonna like that. A woman ain't gonna like that. See, a man could be honest with a woman and say I only talk to 3 women, and a woman say, oh shit, when you get done talking to them, come holler at me. A woman can come to a man and tell a man, hey, I'm going on a few dates. I ain't really found nobody that kind of hidden right there. Dude still right there chopping it up with her. women hate competition. In their eyes, they feel like they want to be your first and your last. If they can't be your first and your last, then don't holler at them. They can play the fields. It's the saying, do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
That's what women think all the time. Bullshit you not.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Because it's, man, it's hard for, especially younger couples, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of older people, bro, they be kind of stuck in their ways, especially with their relationship shit.
Yeah. Kinda.
Nah, they do.
So you gotta answer the question real quick, and then we can end it.
Oh shit! The question was.
Let me ask you something. So, I agree, but do you think women love competition?
No. Not at first. Only women.
Are you
that
saying
like,
on a relationship?
no,
aspect?
so when you first meet a woman, she don't like competition because you gotta think about this. Men, it's so many men that's thirsty for women. I don't care if you a fucking 3. It's a dude in your inbox hitting you up, and if it's three or more hitting you up, you gonna think that you got some attraction to your name, and even though you might look like a 3, in your eyes, you a motherfucking 8. Okay. And so now listen on for a second, quick. So to a woman, men are not scarcity. To a man, women are scarcity because men are very driven about pussy. Even though you can go out there and smash a lot of different women, it's still the scarcity of finding a good woman. A woman has so many dudes that's audition. It's like open resumes, basically, open interviews. They come in there, every man tell them what they can do for them. They can buy them this, they can take them out here, they can feed them this. And so when you think of it on that type of atmosphere, it's men are not scarcity. That's why women are very more selective and choosy when they come to dealing with a man. A man is not very selective and choosy.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like women act better with competition.
It might be some. I think that's more for like a baby mama or ex-girlfriend that see you moved on.
Well, I'm saying if you more so like if you a higher earner, because let's just be honest, you know what I'm saying.
That's if you really into the person too, though. You gotta want to like
that's
competition.
that too. But it's like if, like you say, if it's somebody that you really want and he fucking with her and she end up acting right,
So answer the question. We got a couple minutes left.
Okay. Something I'm incredibly terrible at that you have given up on ever doing again. Essays. I hate essays.
So school in general or paperwork?
I say paperwork in a sense, and I'm not gonna say all paperwork because I can do I can do like clerical work, like office management stuff like that. Like I can do that. But when it comes to like, you want me to write a 13-page paper?
You said that shit for the birds.
You want me to write a 13-page paper, 15-page paper? I'm get somebody else to do it. I do not like essays. Now it's different, like, cause like that's another thing too that I was stressing about.
Right.
Cause when it comes to business and stuff, when you cause I like to plan ahead when it comes to things. So I like to map stuff out. That way, when the time come, I could just like be like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. So speaking on that, when it comes to businesses and stuff, and you trying to get grants and stuff like that, I did not know you had to write proposals and stuff like that.
All that shit.
And that's something I'm gonna have to start working on, like a little bit early type of thing. But aside
you always
from
pay
that,
somebody for that though.
Yeah, I definitely could. So if it came down to it, hey, I might have to step, but I'm gonna at least try to put in the effort at first. But like just in general though, like essays is not my thing.
Right.
Outside of that though, I can't really think of much else because like normally when I try to do something, usually I'm pretty decent at it, even if I'm like not quite proficient or anything like that, and I kind of just work my way up. So that's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, cool. So I think this was a very, very interesting show. I learned some things about you guys that I never knew as well. I'm glad I got my boy James here. We're gonna be kicking up something at the end of the month. It's gonna be the Void After Dark.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What you think about that though, man? You think that's what we shooting for, like November the 1st or?
Probably like the first week of November, the first week. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Follow me at HGM Media.
Yeah.
What we got in store for St. Louis is
gonna be on the next level.
It's gonna be on the next level.
Right.
the shit gonna be so entertaining. It's gonna be funny. You already know I'm funny, so
Right.
you know what I'm saying. We gonna have different women. We gonna have special guests. It's gonna be
a lot.
Crazy.
It's best time to be alive.
It's gonna be crazy.
That Thursday is November 2nd. It's
Okay.
actually the Day of the Dead.
Okay.
And then
that's gonna definitely be a good show. We're gonna do Day of the Dead though.
Okay.
That's gonna be different.
And the Thursday before that is October 26th.
Okay, cool. So yeah, the Void After Dark gonna be more audience engagement. It's gonna be a lot of interview based. We're gonna be interviewing different prominent people throughout the world and stuff like that. Live streams. We're gonna be doing more. You're gonna see more personal side of us and just different little skits and roles. More on the spot interviews throughout the community and stuff like that. So be definitely plugged in. Me and James gonna definitely kick this off pretty fun. It's not gonna take away from what we're doing right here too. We still gonna have the weekly show of the Void coming out on every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. and then Sunday at 10 a.m. And then I know he got his series he finna kick up as well. So we gonna definitely be plugging the sheets about 7 days a week with a lot of content, a lot of graphics, a lot of stuff coming in though.
Hell yeah.
Any shout outs on the way out or anything?
Nah, like I say, if you ain't following me, follow me on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, HGM Media. If you like the interview style and you like to laugh, tune in. I got a line of merch, so inbox me if you interested. That's pretty much it for me.
Okay, what about you?
Same thing as earlier. Tomorrow is the Friday the 13th in October. It's the best Friday the 13th. It's gonna be Inktober at Immortal Ink Tattoo Gallery. I'm working on my apprenticeship there, so I'm gonna be there helping everybody out and all that good jazz. So if you want some little Friday the 13th tattoos, we're gonna have flashes and stuff like that. If you got a design in your head, you can bring that design here. But Inktober, if you want a tattoo, you either gotta pick a design that's already there or bring a design with you. This not one of them days. You gotta come prepared.
Okay.
But yeah, so just check them out and stuff. And then in the meantime, I'm working on my apprenticeship, so you want to check me out, Satori the Artist on Instagram, SATORI, and then Inky Satori. Inky, just how you spell it in a dictionary, and then that's Satori, so you can see some of my work and stuff from the past. But we trying to get this ball rolling.
If I get 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna let her do my first tattoo.
That's gonna be interesting
okay.
right there though.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Appreciate the love though. Peace out.
All right, y'all.
All right. That was pretty good.
Had a lot of people pop in. I had 12, 13 people.